I know I'm a little over, but just let me close by talking about Trump. Trump is the symptom. He's not the disease. And I watched this same kind of political deformity and deterioration in Yugoslavia. And you can go back and look at Weimar. Eric Vogelin writes about it in Hitler and the Germans, where he talks about how, this idea that Hitler mesmerized or hypnotized is ridiculous. What it tapped into was a kind of inchoate rage and frustration and sense of betrayal, because after the 1929 crash, the socialist government, the Social Democrats under Ebert in Weimar, imposed the same kinds of programs of austerity that were pushed on him by the banks. So they even suspended, if you can believe it, unemployment insurance. People couldn't even get unemployment insurance. And the Nazis were in 28 were polling in the single digits after the crash, of course, and the policy of austerity, and then it gets into the whole. We can go back to Rosa Luxemburg and the Freikorps and all that. But the people embraced these figures who were. Everybody knew they were buffoonish, in the same way that everyone knows Trump is buffoonish, as the same way that everybody knew Radovan Karadzic or Slobodan Milosevic or Franjo Tudjman were buffoonish, because of the anger at the system. And my fear, as I watch the Democratic Party and the mainstream commercial media, is that they don't get it. They continue to play this reality show game. Did Russia try and interfere? Well, yeah, probably. But Trump is not a product of Russian interference. Trump is a product of grotesque social inequality. And of course, the Democratic Party doesn't want to address that issue because they are an appendage of corporate power. Yes, they're not they are on the spectrum of corporate power that doesn't want to be identified as a racist or xenophobe or a homophobe. But they do nothing to halt the cannibalization of corporations, and of course that a part of that is the wars that we are waging. It makes no sense to remain. The Taliban now controls more territory in Afghanistan than they did when we went in. So why are we still there? Well, I mean, look at the stock prices of Raytheon, Halliburton. A cruise missile costs what, $1.1 million? Let's drop 50 of them on Libya. It's good for money. It's good for profit for the war industry, but it's not good for anyone over there, and it's certainly not good for us.